Hello and welcome to Morris Park. Here we are again, folks. It's that time of year. I've got the stove fired up and getting some heat blowed in the greenhouse. I just had this stove rebuilt this summer. So I got a brand new barrel and everything inside. And the insides are good and new. We changed the motor out to put a more powerful motor in it. So everything's working pretty good right now. And so let's go in the greenhouse and see what's going on in there. Okay, so we're in the greenhouse. I thought I might just give you a little tour since I've got everything in here now. See a lot of my stuff here. Now some of the stuff I watered already. Gave it the last watering a couple days ago. I was kind of on the edge of that because we had real nasty rainy weather show up on us. It's been very cool out. It's getting down to the 40s out there now. And in here it's almost 70. I've got it pretty nice and warm in here. You probably hear that fan blowing in the background. Well, I'm going to start out with this massive Euphorbia abyssinica. The king of all my euphorbias. The king of all my plants in the greenhouse. It's massive. It's huge. I've still got it tied up. In case some of you that have just joined in on my channel, I've got this tied up from the summer when I replanted it. And I wanted to keep it supported. Pretty soon I'm going to take those smaller lines off. And I'll just leave the big blue lines probably until spring. Because this is a massive plant. I don't want this ever to topple out of this pot. The Pachypodium, I'm going to have to kind of look it over. It might be ready to, but it's also a very big plant, very big tree. And I don't want to rush things up and have it fall over. But pretty soon I'll try to remove these small lines and see what I get. Hopefully not a disaster, right? But anyway, here we go, tour. I can't tell you just every one because it'll take too long. Top shelf, Polygona, enormous, Brevitorta, Macalensis, another little submammillaris there. See there, Aruginosa. Little resinifera over there. Yeah. Some more of my stuff here. Cerniformis and Canariensis. I can't just tell you all of them. I'll run into too much time. Some of my cresteds. Polyacantha. Had to stake it up. It was kind of falling over. Getting into my Lactea crest, variegated crest, the white one. The tricolor. Another green. Got a lot of these. I really love these things. There's one on its own roots instead of being grafted. Stellata. What's that? Look at that. Francoisii, one of my faves. Decarii, Varspirostitcha, Decarii, Vardecarii. Yeah, lots. Some of you can see the Stapelia back there is drying a little bit. Kind of bent over. Polygona hybrid, Orida Polygona hybrid. Yeah. Beautiful stuff here. Many of my cactus. Ariocarpus and such. Graysonia invicta. One I've been looking for a long time. I finally got this summer. It's much like, it's in the Opuntia family basically. It was once called Corionopuntia invicta, but they've kind of changed up the genus there. My gigantic moon cactus that I grafted. This is the way to do them, folks. They won't grow good any other way. Get them off those dragon fruit stalks and put them on a Stenocerius. Yeah, my great big Eublemania. Beautiful plant. Beautiful plant. Now a lot of these spots you see here, that's not bugs or anything. It's actually the wool that is coming off of this thing and just kind of falling on it like dust. You see here. See, yeah, I can blow off a little of it. It's kind of a dusty little thing. You can see it comes off. Now normally this plant would have a silver coating if it was on its own roots, but when they're grafted they don't have the silver coating. They turn that kind of purplish green color. That's a beauty. So-called Rebutia, Rauschii. There's Fred. Fred the Fairy Castle Cereus there. Yeah, Espostoa Ritteri. So this is my Euphorbia pulvinata. And all those beautiful leaves that you see on there will be gone here pretty soon. In fact, you can get a real close look in there. It's getting ready to start blooming. This one blooms while it's dormant, believe it or not. But yeah, it'll lose all these leaves. This one's a pretty old one. I've had this for quite a while. Beautiful plant. My favorite Euphorbia, probably of the whole greenhouse. My Euphorbia enigma. The reason it's my favorite is because there's only one of these in the whole entire world. And it's, you might say it's endemic to this greenhouse. Pollinators actually made this plant in my greenhouse. Very unique plant. Hybrid between Euphorbia stellata and Euphorbia evansii. Very unique plant. Euphorbia persistens. Another very nice plant. My Euphorbia super variegata. This was a gift from Daz and Edith of Cactomania. A great channel. This plant covered like 3 continents to get here. This is a long traveler here. It's been growing very, very well. Doing excellent. This is actually a Mayor Nathani hybrid Euphorbia. Look how beautiful that is. Awesome Euphorbia. Markings are spectacular. Thanks, Daz and Edith. Really appreciate this one. I got some great Euphorbias here. This is Euphorbia opuntoides. Still has a seed pod kind of hanging on there. There's 3-sided seed pods. I'll get that to focus in there. Euphorbia confinalis, rhodesica. This is another one from Daz and Edith. Thank you guys. It's doing very well. Euphorbia flanaganii, one of the medusoids. There's a Euphorbia murray, also one of the medusoids. Tridona, red form. And Petalanthus, which is also classified as Euphorbia now, and they've kind of changed that up. It's the variegated type. Nice pink leaves there. I've got some of my adeniums here going on. They're starting to lose their leaves now and dry out. Coming to the end of their season. Some mallows over there. That shelf's kind of drying down now. That one I gotta kind of get rid of. That one's a casualty. It's got some scale on there. I gotta get rid of that right away. This is my Euphorbia myli of our Imperator. It's kind of a miniature form of a large type. See, most of its flowers are gone now, but there's a little one there. But yeah, it's kind of like a miniature shrubby version of the big Euphorbia myli. Echinocactus ingens. On here, a little update on the Blossfeldia that I took and cleaned up, and I grafted part of this. regrafted a piece of this, but this one's done all right. The mother plant has kind of come out of it, and now it's scabbed up. I put all that cinnamon in there, and it really, really helped. It's coming back good now. Doing great. A few of my seedlings right there. What I have left, I had quite a few destroyed by rust. Yeah. Crested echinopsis, the caterpillar plant, what they call it. Very unusual crest there. And this one here, Trichoserius theligonus crest. And this thing is just wild. It's all over the place. The reason it doesn't stand up straight is because in normal habitat, the normal plants trail along the ground. They're kind of a vining kind of plant. So this thing just kind of goes its own way, does whatever it wants. My Echinocactus graftonii, albispina, multi-headed plant, doing very well. Yeah. Some of my plants up top here. My little medusoids. An unknown medusoid. I've never found the name on this one, but it's pretty nice. The Euphorbia mammillaris variegata. Stenocactus. Tephros. Trichoserius seedlings. One's kind of looking a little sickly there. Good. Cameacerius hybrids. Jatropha. This is in the Euphorbia sea. Good flower head up there. It's Jatropha podocryca. I'm not sure if they just threw this into the Euphorbia family, or I mean, just the Euphorbia genus or not yet. Many of these they have. But yeah, big old bowl of Haworthia is there, kind of drying down a little bit. It's my Euphorbia leucanura, and this thing is in constant bloom all the time. It never stops. As long as I've had this thing, even when I got it from some people I moved, it has always been in bloom. It's kind of losing some of its leaves right now, but it never loses those flowers. Big Cycads here, Masago palms. Had these for quite a few years. See how big those trunks are. Great big ones. Incidentally, these are not palm trees. These are Cycads, some of your oldest living plants on Earth. Kind of a living fossil. They're actually a conifer, believe it or not. And when they bloom, they get great big cones down the middle. There's a little leaf I'm going to need to get out of there, but reaching down there is a little tough. Those are kind of spiky leaves. I'll get that later, a pair of tongs. Yeah. My Epiphyllum strictum, and it caught me off guard. It bloomed the other night. It had quite a few of them on there. See back there. And that's its second good blooming this year. It bloomed real good this summer too. Can't wait to see what it does next year. This is my Euphorbia abyssinica crest. Much like the king, except the king is the normal version of this, and this is the crested version. Pretty cool. Euphorbia growing waldii. Some of my big plantings I did, which have actually come out pretty good. The Pachycereus that starting to come back. New growth on the tips of both, so it's gained roots again. That's a good thing. A great big golden barrel, Echinocactus graftonii. This is my Euphorbia zigzag, hybrid Euphorbia. Little spiralis there, sorry, spiralis. Another globosa. Quite a few little guys through here. Pharaoh cacti. My Euphorbia mauritanica. Still got quite a few leaves on it. I don't know if it'll lose its leaves this winter or not. We'll have to see what happens with it. My Euphorbia evansii, the father of my Euphorbia enigma. My great big Euphorbia melii. Still got a couple flowers on it. It'll start losing a lot of its leaves. I'll let it go a bit dry. So it's going to lose a lot of its leaves. A whole bunch of little cacti and so forth up here. Stelospina. Some little lobevias that I got from Anna of Cactus Caffeine. If you haven't seen Anna's channel, go over and check out Anna. She has a wonderful channel. Has some of the most beautiful flowers you'll ever see on cacti. Has beautiful results with her flowers. This is one of her lobevias. Awesome little guys. Let's see here. Another little gift from Anna here. My agave Victoria Reginae. It's done real well. It's grown quite a bit. My mangave. Quite a few plants up here. My giant lemon, my ponderosa lemon. See the size of these lemons here. They're absolutely huge. I've kind of cradled them into the branches and stuff because the way they hang and everything, they're just so heavy on the tree. I just kind of cradle them on the branches. It's got quite a few down there, as you can see. Those aren't actually detached yet. Starting to turn a little bit yellow, so maybe soon we'll get some big lemons. One Vanda orchid getting ready to bloom. Doing quite well. It's my pink orchid. It's already finished up. My great big ponytail palm. Eucarnia recurvata. Got that about a year or so ago. Got my fig trees inside here. They'll be losing their leaves here for the winter pretty soon. So they won't be around much more. Until next year. There's my tillandsias, some of my tillandsias. My old Ledboria socialis, or else Cilia violaceae, whichever name you want to go by on this. I had that many, many years, probably 38 years I've had this plant all together. It's a great big hanging pot. Agave attenuata. Great big one there. Big old plumeria plant up there, excuse me. Plumeria plant. I've never had this one bloom. It sure grows, but it just doesn't seem to bloom. This is the ant plant, of course. Pretty soon I'm going to have to bring it inside the house because it won't like the cool conditions of the greenhouse. It's going to like a little bit warmer. So I'll be bringing it in the house soon. Another Euphorbia. This is Euphorbia pulcherrima, of course. Everybody knows the poinsettia. It's just starting to come into color now. I don't usually winter these things over. But this year I decided to try my hand at it, and it's done real well. And so we're going to get some flowering on here real soon. As you can see in the center, the flowers are just starting to form in the center. Yeah. There's little geranium cuttings down there. I decided not to bring in the whole woody plants this year because they were just so scraggly, so I decided just to bring those in. Euphorbia hybrid. This is a Turrucale stenoclada hybrid. They call it briar patch. More than usual. haworthias and aloes. Some of my Sansevierias. That's Fernwood Mikado. Big old starfish Sansevieria. I'm going to have to get it out of the pot soon. It's starting to shove its way out. It's really multiplied quite a bit, done well. Some other Sansevierias over here. This is a walking Sansevieria, incidentally. It's as you can see, it just kind of grows right on out. It grows by these long above ground rhizomes and puts out these roots kind of like legs. I'm going to have to get this one out of this pot. It's really traveled quite a bit. So it's probably due for a good repotting. As well as this Sansevieria here. My moonshine Sansevieria is a bit packed there. I'm afraid I'm going to have to cut that out in pieces. It's just so packed inside that pot. I don't think it's going to come out in one piece. But I'll be giving it a repotting soon. Agave quadricolor. A nice one. And this, get a good view over here. This here is my father-in-law's memorial tree, a Ficus benjamina. It's been through a lot. We've had about 17 years, I believe, now. Look at the roots on this thing. Big old knotted up roots. Now, the reason some of these leaves are turning yellow is because it's gone from transition to place to place. These things don't like being moved once they're kind of happy. And it was up on our park deck during the summer, and it did wonderfully. And I stuck it in here, and it started to get some yellow leaves, but that's normal. It happens that way every year. When it moves, it gets the yellow leaves and drops a few leaves, but that's no big deal. It'll come right back out of it. Beautiful tree. This tree is the tree that started my YouTube channel, actually. If you go all the way back to my first video, it's about this tree. Some others there, aloes, such. I thought this was a Caroluma here, but I've been told recently that actually it's a hernia. So, maybe we have a hernia here. Nice little flower on it. These are really neat Stapeliads they are. There we go, nice little focus there. Really cool little flowers. A little string of hearts vine here. It's got some pretty long ones on it. Usually I just kind of nest it up in here and kind of keep it nested in. Grow some little tubers down in there. I can't find any right now. There's one right down in there. There you go. You can see that little tuber down in there. A little various bowl of succulents. Gal that runs an antique shop uptown last year just kind of said, here, bare root these out, take them out of the pots. I want to keep the pots, just take the succulents away. So I brought them home, just kind of stuck them in this one little bowl. They've done real well. Can't say I've had a problem with a bit, excuse me. They might need to be repotted here next spring, maybe. It's getting a little thick. And I couldn't resist showing you this. And this is the wild euphorbias we have growing out here in the park. And if you look real close, it's those same three-sided seed pods I showed you that were on the Euphorbia opuntoides. The same shaped seed pod. And these euphorbias pretty much all have the same kind of seed pods. They had that three-sided seed pod right there. And you can see these guys are winding down now. They're getting ready to die for the year. They've seeded out mostly. You can see all the spent seed peduncles on there where they just blowed off of there. And so it's pretty well done, and it'll grow from seed next year. These are not perennials, they are annual euphorbias, even though they are in the same genus, believe it or not, as all the cactiform euphorbias that are in my greenhouse. And yes, Twiggy wants to be in the video again too. Well, there she goes. She's heard a dog. She's out. Now this is my dragon fruit cactus here, my Hylocereus undatus. And you can see it's growing up this cedar trunk here. And the roots are actually attaching to the tree. See there? And it actually goes all the way up. You can see some of it there. And goes all the way up there to the top. And that all came from degrafting a moon cactus top, the Gymnocalycium hybotan or ruby ball. The colored cactus they sell millions of. But I regrafted mine right away when I got it home because I wanted on a stronger stalk than this. And let this grow into the plant it's supposed to. It hasn't bloomed for me yet or got fruit, but I'm waiting on it. Hopefully, well, maybe next summer. Who knows? Yeah, they're all the way up there. Anyhow, this is just part one of my tour video. There's Tillandsias. And there'll be a part two. I can't make too long of videos. My phone won't send it. But anyhow, some more orchids there. This is Clyde Morris from Morris Park. Stay tuned for part two of the grand tour. Take care, folks. We'll see you for part two.